Temperature extremes can cause significant damage to the body. It's important to constantly check coworkers for signs of heat or cold stress. In some cases, only a few minutes of exposure can lead to severe injuries or even death. Heat and cold injuries are 100% preventable. Heat and cold injuries happen in stages, and if you are aware of the symptoms, you can prevent worsening damage to your body or death. Any location that is outside the typical comfort zone of 55 to 85 degrees is cause for consideration. Heat stress is the #1 weather-related killer in the United States. Heat kills because the body core temperature is beyond the body's limit. In extreme heat and high humidity, evaporation is slowed and the body must work extra hard to maintain a normal temperature. Workers suffering from heat exhaustion are at a greater risk of having an accident since they are less alert and can be confused. Workers must drink plenty of water the night before work. Factors that increase risk to workers are high temperature and humidity, direct sun exposure with no shade, limited air movement, low fluid consumption, physical exertion, certain types of personal protective equipment and clothing, poor physical condition or health problems, not being acclimated to the heat, and previous heat-related illness. Heat rash is the most common problem and is caused by sweating. It looks like small blisters or cluster of pimples and usually appears on neck, upper chest, groin, or elbow creases. For treatment, you should get the victim to a cooler environment and keep the rash area dry. Powder may be applied to rash area, but ointments or creams should not be applied. Heat cramps are muscle pains caused by physical labor in a hot environment. They are caused by loss of body salts and fluid during sweating. For treatment, workers should replace fluids by drinking water and having a snack every 15 to 20 minutes. Avoid salt tablets and seek medical help if cramps do not subside in 1 hour. The symptoms of heat exhaustion are headache, nausea, dizziness, weakness, irritability, thirst, heavy sweating, elevated body temperature, and decreased urine output. For treatment, the worker should be removed from the hot area and given liquids to drink slowly, and someone should stay with the worker. Any unnecessary clothing should be taken off the worker and he or she should be fanned. In addition, the worker should be splashed with room temperature water to decrease their body temperature, but do not use ice water. Finally, the worker should be taken to a medical facility. Heat stroke occurs when the body temperature's regulating system fails. Sometimes the body temperature can reach as high as 106 degrees and can result in death. Symptoms of heat stroke are confusion, loss of consciousness, seizures, and hot, dry skin. For treatment, if a worker has heat stroke, the worker should seek medical help immediately. The worker should get out of the hot environment and cool down. Also, the worker's clothing should be removed and cool packs should be applied to their neck, armpits, and groin. Finally, the worker should be aggressively fanned. Workers not properly clothed are highly susceptible to cold-related injuries. They should protect ears, hands, and face in extremely cold weather, wear a hat, and carry extra socks in case feet get wet. Wind speed can negatively affect workers who are exposed to extreme cold, and workers must control sweating in a cold environment. The symptoms of hypothermia are low body temperature, confusion or disorientation, shivering, fatigue, loss of coordination, slowed pulse, and blue skin. For treatment, the worker should be moved in a warm room and clothing should be carefully removed. The worker should be given warm beverages and also wrap the victim in warm blankets, including their head. Finally, the worker should seek medical attention. The symptoms of frostbite are loss of feeling and color in affected areas. It most often affects the nose, ears, cheeks, chin, fingers, and/or toes, and can permanently damage body tissue. Another symptom is tingling or stinging of the affected area, and it may lead to amputation. For treatment, get the worker into a warm room and do not allow them to walk on frostbitten toes. The affected area should be immersed in room temperature water, but do not use hot water. Affected areas may be warmed with body heat, but do not rub or massage affected areas. Do not take gloves off the hand of a worker that you think might have frostbite.